Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Rob. This is actually, I think, episode 16 already, if I remember right. Sorry if I seem a little groggy. I was up late last night. Some brilliant reason, I decided to watch an entire playlist from Let's Game It Out. Very funny YouTube channel with games if you haven't ever had a chance to watch it. I definitely recommend it. It is pretty hilarious. But that's not why I'm exactly here right at the moment. I am here because this is what my morning routines are. It's something I enjoy doing. So I come on here in the mornings and kind of just hang out and talk about what my day was like previously. It's kind of a way of just me logging my time and my days and giving me a chance to just talk and kind of verbalize what I feel. I guess kind of like a video journal in the end for myself, but I'm only here for usually about 10 minutes in the mornings. And I just kind of yak and yammer a little bit about what's going on in my life and try to maybe answer a few questions if you guys have any in the morning as well. It's kind of a way of just socializing a little bit and having some fun in the morning. I did sleep well last night, which was great. I just didn't get a lot of sleep just because I decided to stay up late and check out a web series on this one game that I actually my oldest son would really like because he really liked the game Limbo quite a bit. And this one was called Inside. So I think he would like that one quite a bit as well. I'm pretty sure he's watched all the gameplay footage of that one too. Because that's what he does. He likes to watch all these things so he can learn how to figure things out and get through everything as well. That's kind of how he gets through his video games. So if you watched my series called Thursday Night Thoughts last night, we were talking about adversity and adaptability. And that's actually a really good example. If you're in a game and you get kind of stuck, because games obviously throw adversity at you, you just got to kind of figure it out, adapt, and try to figure stuff out in a different fashion. And he goes to YouTube to watch videos to try and get him through if he gets really stuck. Usually he tries to figure it out quite a bit first. Very much like his Uncle Tom, who's my brother, that he used to go through and read all the old Nintendo Power magazines to figure things out and learn how to get through different areas, especially for the role-playing games. That guy was actually still really into the role-playing games. But yeah, he used to go to the old Nintendo Power magazines and read through those and power through them and figure out how to get through different levels and beat different bosses. It was where actually my mom and I were talking about it the other day. We didn't even realize he could really read. Or at least she couldn't. She didn't know he could really read all that well until the teacher said something about him being able to read quite well. And she was like, "Well, how?" He just didn't. Because there was other like learning disability issues going on, so she didn't think anything that he was not that he couldn't read, but that he wasn't a strong reader. Found out he was a really strong reader, and then looked back at it and was like, "Oh, that's because he reads all those Nintendo Power magazines to figure things out." So that was how he was able to build up on his reading skills. So that's kind of what how he worked on that one. Oh, I think I bumped my camera there. It's just on its little Gorilla tripod, so it can actually be attached and wrapped around to different things, because it makes it a little bit easier to have it closer or further away than having it stuck on my computer or on some other bigger monstrosity of a tripod like I was using for a little bit, which made it a little bit more difficult. I couldn't get very good angles. Oh, this is going to be so good. I am so tired this morning. We're in for a wonderfully overcast day. It looks like, I think they said rain was in for the forecast today, which is totally fine. I got things to do today inside, so I got to catch up on a lot of things still. So being a little bit more stuck inside, I might still get up for a walk with the dog. We'll see how that pans out later today. But that's going to be pretty much my day is just kind of hanging out, getting caught up on the stuff that I've been meaning to get caught up on for like the last week and a half. So, but now I'm just buckle down and try to get her done. So I have to get stuff finished off. So, and if it's not up to me, who will it be up to, right? So I just gotta sit down and just take the time to do it. And I think I've got pretty much everything I need to do to get it all done now. I've also got to test my printer at some point. I was having a problem printing the other day. Nothing wanted to print. So I powered it off and unplugged it, and I just forgot to plug it back in to test it yesterday. So we'll test it out to this morning before I do too much else. I got some training things to do as well this morning for some other stuff, which will be pretty fun. Always a good time to be on those calls. And then I think there was one later today as well. I don't remember. I'll have to look at my schedule to figure it out. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. As you can tell as well, usually the morning coffees, I have a different chair and setup that I'm sitting in, but I've got a bit of a very, very makeshift recording studio in my living room. And this is kind of where it is. It's just the backdrop that I'm using now. It's not even a backdrop. It's literally an actual real bookshelf with actual real books behind me. So this is just going to be what I'm going to be using for my spot to be recording in the living room. I think it'll give a little bit more consistency across all the different shows that I have going on right at the moment, which is just the two. And this way it's also closer and easier to get to the Ethernet cable if I do need to use it to have a stronger stream and better connection to the internet as well. So kind of everything's just right where I'm at, which is pretty nice. And this light's actually doing pretty good today. Last night it seemed to overwash everything and it didn't look quite as good. So I'm not sure what I've done with it this morning, or if it's just the fact that most of my lights are actually off, except for this one right here. So I'm not sure if maybe that has helped in some sort of fashion or not, but it seems to be not too bad. That is a warm coffee. Maybe it was more like this last night. Yeah, there we go. Oh. If you heard a loud crashing or a clonking sound, that was my cat and my dog getting up to no good. Jackasses. Oh my goodness. Not sure what my cat did, but definitely knocked something down in the kitchen. What's up? Well, not much is up right at the moment. Just getting ready for the day and hanging out with my cat and my dog, and gonna probably try to get out for a walk here before anything else happens today. I think that might be the plan, just to get a little bit of exercise. And I haven't been getting quite enough. I don't think I've been getting quite enough exercise, so I think that'll be the plan, is just to try and get more exercise there as well. Just because I think it'll be better to try to get more in the morning than it has been to try to get it in the afternoons or evenings right at the moment, just to kind of keep my day running. We'll see, though. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for that part yet. Anyway, here we are rolling up on the 10-minute mark soon. So we'll have to start looking at calling our wraps here shortly. But somebody asked about what the weather is like. The weather right now, for where I'm at in Canada, it is gray and overcast. We are thinking about getting rain. Well, I'm not thinking about getting rain. I'm thinking we're just gonna get rain. I think that's what the forecast actually told me was we're supposed to be getting rain today. So we'll see how that goes. But and it looks like we should be getting rain. I was expecting that yesterday, like some sort of big storm, but it never actually came through. So perhaps today will be the day we actually get a storm. I don't know. We haven't had a good storm yet, and we could really use some rain to help melt down some of the snow caps on our mountains around the area to try to wash some of it out and get it down into the lake quicker. Problem there is, if it comes down too quickly, we'll definitely end up with some landslides and some washouts of roads, which we had, I want to say about 4 years ago. We ended up with a pretty big landslide across the lake. And then we had a bunch of washouts across the roads and highways as well. And that's kind of how we're working with that one. But yeah, we still have a lot of snow up in the mountains. It's kind of weird for being mid-May that we have so much still. But it's just the way it kind of rolls, I guess. So, but that's kind of how we're kind of expecting the summer to probably go. Is we'll probably end up with a lot more water than what we were probably expecting to begin with, and the lake's coming up quickly now, so it'll be awesome to be able to get out on the paddleboard and be able to spend more time at the lake hopefully this summer again. Being that it's starting to lift things a little bit more, we can definitely get more time outside, which will be fantastic. And my kids love the beach, so we are definitely looking forward to that. And that is kind of how we're going to roll. Just so you all know as well, anything that is considered to be a racist comment does happen to get you blocked. So, and unkind comments as well can get you timed out if you're not careful. So I would be leery about some of the things that get said in the chats because I do not take having comments that are not pleasant to others very well. So I do take them and I do block people if they are what I would consider not to be pleasant or to be demeaning, racist, sexist, homophobic, any of that kind of stuff. So do be leery there. But anyway, we have definitely run into 13 minutes now, so I hope you all had a good time with me as well. For those of you on Get Vocal that have been watching, you probably don't see the comments, but if you are on any of the other streaming platforms, you are seeing them. So I am definitely going to say be leery of how you are conducting yourself in the chat because it can get you blocked rather quickly. All right. I hope you are all having a great day. I look forward to talking with you some more. The next episode of Morning Coffee is not until Monday morning because I have my kids' weekends. And I mean, I have the Monday mornings as well and Tuesday mornings. But on the weekends, I like to spend time with them and just prepare to do things with my kids. And it's also a long weekend. So at least a long weekend here in Canada. So we are going to try and do things around the house and outside. So we actually, I think we'll set up our trampoline tomorrow, most likely. Pardon me. So that way the kids at least have something to jump on. And my mom also needs some help at the house with some things as my stepdad's getting prepared to come home from his stroke. So we will see what we need to get done there. But that's kind of where we're all at right at the moment. If you want to direct message me or hit me up and ask questions, I'm always available on different social media platforms, which is just at Bravo, which is that way across all the different platforms that you can find me on. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, The other one that is different is YouTube, but pretty much everything else is at Eldorado. It's ELDEROBBO, and I also threw it into the chat for you as well. If you want to find me, you can definitely do so, and you can also ask questions and chat with me from all those different areas as well. You can also like, comment, share, whatever you want to do with all that fun stuff as well. All right. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I will talk to you all later. So our next one will most likely be Monday. I'm trying to decide still on this whole idea that I was running with the Saturday night social, which I still might do. So we will see how that goes. It'll be kind of a late night one as well. But I will keep you posted. If you see something come up, just know that I'm doing it. All right. I hope you all have a great night, or a great morning, I guess, or night or afternoon, wherever you all happen to be. And we will chat Monday morning for sure. All right, everyone. Take care. Adios.